Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to take your measurements before you draft your Natalie Bray bodies. And I am doing this because somebody requested to see how to measure and also how to draft your Natalie Bray pattern, and I feel like if you don't know how to take the right measurement, then why are we even drafting pattern in the first place? So before we start, we need to take note of some things. First off, you should tell your clients or whoever you're going to measure to wear a close-fitting attire garment, because if you wear something that has volume, then it's going to add to your measurement and you will not get an accurate measurement, and without an accurate measurement you're not even going to get a perfect fit. Also, the underwear too is important. You should suggest to the client to come for measurements in the bra that they are likely to wear for the garment you want to make for them. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so first off, to start, I want to locate a natural waist. I want to try to mark where a natural waist is with this twine. You can use a tape, you can use a measuring tape or rope or whatever you have lying around you, but I'm using this twine. So what you're going to do is to tell your client or your model you're going to place your hand like this, and then tell them to bend over to one side. What you're looking for is the fold, that you notice on the waist, along the waist. So it's around that fold. That is where the natural waist is. Okay, so and I'm just going to tie this around our waist there, so that I know that this is a natural waist. So after marking a natural waist is done, also make sure that at the back it is straight and aligned to what you have in front, okay? Because you don't want it too low at the back and then it's high in front, because the back length measurement is very important. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start off measuring our bust. And please note, for Natalie Bray pattern, the measurements are taken in centimeters, okay? Okay, so now to measure our bust, I'm just going to wrap my waist, my measuring tape around the fullest part of our bust, and I'm going to move it up and down from the side this way. Okay, so you can ask your clients if the fit is okay for them. You just move it up and down the bust, and you not take the measurement down. Also, please make sure that at the back the tape is also straight. All right. Okay, so the next thing to measure is the waist. So I'm just going to wrap the measuring tape around our waist this way, and make sure that this is firm. Make sure that you do it firmly, okay? Because the waist is what shapes your garment. So make sure that the waist is, it's fit, okay? So, and for the bust too, make sure you take the measurement as close to the person's body as you can, because when drafting Natalie Bray bodies, you add some inches for ease. Okay, so make sure that you take the measurements as close to the person's body as much as you can. Even if the person is saying it's too tight, make sure to also ensure that it's not too tight, but also take note of that. Okay, so the next measurement I'm going to take is the hip, and I'm also going to wrap the measuring tape around the fullest part of our hip. And like I did for the bust, I'm taking it up and down to make sure that, okay, when I make a garment for her, it can go over her hip. Okay, so that's how to take the hip measurement. So the next measurement we want to take right now is the underbust measurement. Although you don't need this measurement while drafting the pattern, but you need it while trying to adapt the pattern into different styles. So that's why we take it. So for the round underbust, I'm going to display all the measurements on the screen so that you see. So for the round underbust, you just take it right under the bra iron, around that place. That's where the underbust is. So you just take, and also make sure that this is really firm. And sometimes, especially when you're working in inches, the underbust is always, most of the time, an inch bigger than the waist measurement. So sometimes, in case you did not you didn't take this measurement on your client or your model, just, you can just use that as a guide to know what the underbust measurement is. So this is how to take the underbust measurement, and also make sure that this is really tight. This is really fit. Next measurement, that was the round underbust. Now I am taking the shoulder to underbust, and I'm going to bring my measuring tape to our neck point. Our neck point is here, just around, I don't know if you can. This is our neck point, and I'm going to take the measuring tape down over our bust and then to our underbust. So this is how you measure your underbust length. Okay, for shoulder to underbust. Let's take the front length to waist measurements, which is just the shoulder to waist. Okay, see why defining the waist is very important. So I'm going to take the measuring tape to our neck point. Some people measure from here for standardized charts and whatever, but I do it this way because sometimes it's not easy to determine half of your shoulder slope. So I just do it. I just know that whatever I'm taking, any vertical measurement I'm taking on my clients or anybody, I know that I'm taking it from the neck point. Okay, so I'm going to place the measuring tape at the neck point. Make sure it curves under the bust, and then take it to the waist. Okay, so that's how to take your front length to waist. And for the back length to waist, so what you are going to measure is from the nape of the neck. So you can tell your clients to bend their neck a little bit, and you're looking for, there's a bone that sticks out when you bend your neck, so you're looking for that bone. So you put your measuring tape there, tell your client to raise their head, raise your head. Okay, and then you place your measuring tape on that bone, and then you take your measurement down to the waist. There's this hollow part of the waist at the back. There's the hollow part on your back. Everybody has it, so that is where you should target. And because you want to make sure that your measuring tape lands on this point, because when you snatch your waist, this hollow is what makes your clients or you is what allows you to be able to wear the garment at the end of the day, even after removing from your waist measurements. Hope that makes sense. So make sure that it lands here, and then you note the measurement. Okay, so the next measurement we're going to take now is the front across, is called the across chest, and is also known as the chest width. You can use it interchangeably, it's fine. So to locate where I'm taking the measurement from, I'm going to take my measuring tape to the base of our neck. Okay, and then go down by say 12 to 13 cm, but I usually use 12. 12 is a safe spot for me. Okay, so just note where 12 is, and then you now take your measuring tape from the armhole on one side and measure the chest width to the other side. So this is how to take the chest width or the across chest measurement. Okay, so for the across back measurements, okay, we're going to also place the tape on the nape of the neck, that bone that we located the other time, and then we go down by 10 to 12 inches cm. Okay, for me, I just stick to 12 for the front and the back. So I'm going to take this measurement from 12 cm, and then I'll place my measuring tape from one armhole, to the other side. Okay, so this is how to take your across chest measurement. Okay, so and then for your bust point to bust point measurement, you just try to eyeball where the nipple is, and then you measure it. Or in case you're not comfortable taking this measurement, what you do is divide your across chest measurement by 4. That will give you an idea of where to place your bust point measurement. Okay, and next we're going to take the shoulder measurements, which we're just going to take from the neck point to the edge of the shoulder, or the shoulder point, around where the sleeve always starts from. So that's where we're stopping. For her, it's about 12 or 11. Okay, so and to measure for the sleeves, Okay, you just come to this around this armhole point, you know, and just wrap your measuring tape around your client's arm rather, and to ensure that it has ease, you can just, you know, put a finger between the person's body and the measuring tape so that it's not too tense. Okay, so that's how this measurement is called the tuck arm. You can also measure around the elbow same way, and then measure the wrist. Also make sure that there's ease. And to measure the armhole, you just take the measuring tape and wrap it round the okay, just take the circumference of the arm this way. Okay, and make sure that there's ease too. Okay, so that's how to take the measurements. And for the length, you ask your clients to bend their hand a little, and then you just take the length from here, from your shoulder point, right? From your shoulder point, you know, just take it this way to the wrist. Okay, and also any other measurements you want to take, 3/4, elbow length, and short sleeve. Okay, so and also to take the full length of your client, what you do is to put the measuring tape on the neck point, make sure it comes under the bust, and then take it to the left. Just take it to the sole of their foot for the full length. Okay, and whatever, if you want to quarter, if you want, just make sure that you're starting from the neck point to take. And then waist to knee, if you want to take the waist to knee, just bring your place your measuring tape on whatever you've used to define the waist or to locate the waist, and measure to the knee. Okay, so that's how to take your measurements for the Natalie Bray pattern.